Good afternoon, everyone. For this afternoon, I will be presenting our study entitled Improve Productivity of the Processing System using with Kanban board application. It is a visualization tool to optimize the flow of the daily work. Throughout college, internship in respective fields of study are greatly significant in order to drive a successful outcome after graduating. The school environment where students may be exposed might be involve them with scholarly discussion, debate, and several other learnings. But it is essential as well to discover opportunities for them to develop and internalize academic concepts they have been absorbing for several years of learning in a professional ground. Networking and linkages office are one responsible in handling the immersion application made by the student as well as job fair, memorandum agreement negotiation, and even exclusive campus recruitment. Before the coronavirus, such application and process are done manually, which is paper and documentation quite rampant in an office. Eventually, as adaptation to new norm, the services they tend to offer have been converted to online and paperless processing transaction. NLS current online processing and documentation. Along with the implementation, processing application and tasks related to NLO, it is unavoidable to experience some delays which may significantly affect the overall operation being run by the office. This research aims to discuss and to determine the optimal solution using the appropriate Lean Six Sigma tools. The problem that have been determined by researchers as well as follows: recurring delays during the processing, filling up unfinished files, and lastly, updates are somewhat delayed at times. Scope and limitation. Subject delimitation respondent of the study is the officer in charge of the Network and Linkages Office. Place delimitation, Network and Linkages Office. This study conducted within the first class cluster of academic year 2020-2021 and expect to end March 2021. Objective of study: this study aims to determine the most appropriate Dancing Sigma tool to address the anomalous problem to optimize the online processing being operated by the office using the tool chosen. And it is found out the efficiency and the effectivity of the LSS tool applied to the system to continuous improvement of ANILO process on OGT requirement. Methodology. Research procedure. The research procedure is how to help the network and linkages office. It was also through social network site like Facebook and Messenger. Method used to study and creative thinking tools, which is Kanban board, which focuses on getting the tools with fundamental four-core principles and practices. After determining process, was then through focused discussion, eliminate waste and observe on current OJT submission process of requirements. The tool to show the result, the tabulation process flow cost of effect diagram and Kanban board. So result shows 10 process or steps with description and estimate spent time and number of checking of documents. Estimated total spent time is 1,596 minutes. Total number checked or done, 109 files. Total number of days to accomplish the task is 3 days. The Network and Linkages Office has been following method for adaptation new normal with implementation new process during the first year. Adapting disturbing problem arises, that is filling up unfinished files of the students or the OGT students. because of manual input of data and information with their respective folders to Excel, and also manual checking of folder in the Google Drive. So the diagram show the cause, problem, and effect. For the cause, manual input data and information in the Excel, manual checking of folder in Google Drive. The problem is filling up of unfinished files and the effect with some delay in completing the task within the deadline. To improve productivity of the processing OJT files in the NLO, Kanban board application is ideal in the office or respective workstation of each of the NLO staff. Kanban system will maximize the processing system by steadily increase the speed and quality and simultaneously until the system reaches the optional level. So for findings, the estimated total spend time of checking and 109 students' requirement files, it takes 1,596 minutes or 3 days for completion. The checking of file documents is depend on the office hours of the NLO staff. The work instruction depends on NLO staff in charge of the process. All applicants must pass the orientation examination by NLO office. Students' requirement accomplished for OJT is independent on the available time of the office in charge. And that's all my today's presentation. Thank you very much and good afternoon.